Okay, class, take a look. Now we are in the last part, the result of practicing the way of the true vehicle. Yeah, class, maybe let me try to do a little bit recapitulation for you. Okay, so remember in the very beginning for this chapter, we talk about that you must have a renouncing. You must you must be renouncing so that you can begin in this three vehicle. And three vehicle basically not target only for monk, but including the layman also. So there's a different type of people in this three vehicle. Number one is the more faith type people. Second is the more intellectual type people. But no matter which type you are, basically how do we start? Number one, okay, we know about Four Noble Truths. Okay, remember how? So we studied thoroughly Four Noble Truths. The suffering, the cause of the suffering usually mean the ex-suffering, and the ex-suffering finally is the suffering by having the five aggregate. Then the cause of the suffering is due to ignorance and the craving. And then we call that there must be ignoble path, which is the way. I mean, leading to the. I mean, and the nirodha, I mean the nibbana. Nibbana is a cessation of suffering, and the way to cessation of suffering, it will be ignoble truth. Okay, ignoble path. So once we have studied thoroughly the Four Noble Truths, then from here we shift to the Paticca Samuppada. Basically, Paticca Samuppada have been mentioned twice. Okay, so later on, Mr. Leong, if in December you go to meditate and you are able to go through the vipassana, well, you have to go. You must experience the traveling condition, dependent origination, because that is very crucial, important. It has been emphasized for twice here, you know. Okay, number one is in the is in the second noble path. Is in the second the second noble path, and the four noble truth in the second noble truth. And then another times have been emphasized is in the ignoble path, is especially in the right views. Okay, yeah, Mr. Leong, yes, you got question?
No, I thought that we must understand fully the Abhidhamma.
Not really. Basically, actually, once you meditate, if you're able to go up, the master will try to lead you. You know already what? I mean, now you learn already. You see, it's just not in the Abhidhamma terms and definition, but the meditation basically, the teacher will use different way to guide you if you're able to reach to the jhana and vipassana. No worry. Okay, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because here you learn everything already. Okay, then next, from here we go to the last one. Is about what is the merit for being a Stravaka and the Arahant. This is very important. Okay, class. Basically, the purpose as a Buddhist only two only. The final destination, either become Buddha or become Arahant. Okay, just either one. Either Buddha or Arahant. Okay, as for the Buddhahood, if we practice the way like Shakyamuni, meaning to say that you will spend 3 incalculable eon and in the Sahawa. So finally you will reach Buddhahood. But this is, if it's too difficult for you, you can go to the shortcut. So the alternative for the shortcut is number one, you go to the Western Pure Land, then come back again. Then second, no matter Eastern or Western, or there's the shortcut from the Pure Land. And then secondly, maybe you try the Tibetan method, okay? You try to reborn as a Dewa first, okay? Then you get some merit, then you can further your path also. So this is a few you can choose, all right? Then if you want to become an Arahant, okay? So I think by knowing the merit of Arahant is so important, then it will be motivate us and work hard for it. So this is what are we going to learn today. So class, let's take a look. Now we go through is the result of practicing of the way of the true vehicle. Yeah, Sally, can you please read the passage?
Sifu, are you sure that's the one?
Yeah, the way I see
we done already, ma.
This is my bookmark. So what is 2313? Okay, let's see. Yes, 2213, right? Let's see. Here
107.
wait.
No, 192, if I'm not mistaken.
192. Okay.
The third paragraph.
Wait. Our passage. It's a little bit different. Wait. 192. See how different is it?
That is second paragraph. This is inappropriate.
We should begin here.
Yes.
Okay, wait. Let me check first. Okay. Yeah. I think I don't really. Oh, okay. We already start discussing. Let's see. Number 1606. One who truly understand the true Dharma is initially called Strotapana. Oh, okay. Meaning to say, already start knowing the Strotapana already. Yes. Wait. Let me see. Okay. Is initially called the Strotapana. Strotapana mean is the entering the stream. The three bonds are completely cut out. Class the three bond. Namely, number one is the suspicious, okay, you no more be skeptical to the Dharma. And second is about the self, all right, the wrong view of being self. You already totally eradicate. The third one is the irrelevant practice. You already finish all, you will eradicate and you will be no more to practice all the irrelevant excessive practice. For example, sleeping on the neither bed, okay, maybe just fasting without eating. All this, you will just stop all this irrelevant and unnecessary practice. So this is what we call here the three bonds are completely cut, and endless birth and death are ended. Okay, so we'll be ending. All right. So Sally, you please continue here the inappropriate precept. Okay. How about the rest? Is Sally bookmark correct? Correct, Okay, Okay, Sally can continue, please, Sally, inappropriate.
Okay. Inappropriate precepts are meaningless non-Buddhist precepts. After understanding the truth, one will no longer mistakenly think that non-Buddhist religious conduct can lead to liberation. One will no longer cling to such things or study with heretics. There are many inappropriate non-Buddhist precepts. The simpler ones include, for example, not eating cooked food, not cutting one's hair, assembling on certain days of the month to make offerings to spirits, imitating cows and dogs, not eating pork, not eating blood, and so forth. The stranger ones involve eating feces, urine, semen, and menses, and exposing oneself to the sun in summer, sleeping on ice in the winter. There are also all kinds of taboos and prayers. One no longer clings to all these diverse, inappropriate precepts as pure. The bond of doubt is having doubt with respect to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Four Truths and dependent origination, and the Sangha. Understanding the true Dharma means to see things completely clearly, and there will no longer be any question of belief or doubt. In the course of practice, this affliction becomes subdued. Only when one realizes the nature of things is the root cut through completely, such that it will never arise again. By understanding the true Dharma and overcoming the afflictions, one ends the cycle of birth and death, because the bitter fruit of birth and death comes from afflictions. When the cause is cut, so is the effect. After attaining the initial fruit, it can be said that one has stopped endless births and deaths. The sutra describes this as analogous to a big pond that is drying up with only 1 or 2 drops of water in it left.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
Mr. Leong Tama, please, once you finish. Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Okay, class, let's take a look. This is about the exestic practice, the inappropriate practice. Well, class, if you visit our holy place in India too many times and feel boring with all the breaks, I may suggest you could go to visit all the exestic practice. It might be more interesting for you. Why? What are you going to see? Let me show you what I'm going to see. This is something you can see. Now let's take a look. This is all we consider as inappropriate practice. Now you see, here actually they are all naked sadhu lah. They wear nothing. So for this one, you see, he just put the leg over the shoulder. You see, this guy is naked and try to bend himself eternally. All right, and then you see this guy. Okay, he just lift his hand for over 47 years. Just lift the hand up. You see. So this one is a naked sadhu lah. So they will just cover the body with some ashes, okay? And then let's see. Now you see. So this is also the naked sadhu. It's a different in it. And one more, you see, he tried to bury his head under the ground. You see, okay. Even Buddha himself also tried to do the fasting for the 6 year for 6 years and only eat 1 grain per day only. See. So this is all we call it as a naked sadhu. And there's a one, the most famous is the one who is imitating the cow and the dog. Basically, the dog will is going to eat the shit, right? The cow will eat the grass. Why they try to imitate them? The reason is there's some exestic practice by using the psychic. They discover that after this guy they pass away, they will reborn to the deva. So they thought like, oh, no. By using their third eye, they noticed that once the cow die or the dog die, they will reborn as a deva. So they thought, oh, maybe the cow eating the grass, we're creating the karma to be reborn as a deva. So he tried to learn how the cow act. So this all we call it as inappropriate practice. Basically, once you attain the strotapana, you won't do this anymore. Because for us, it's very clear. It's just sila, samadhi, and panya. Okay, so we have for laymen, you all got the 5 precepts. Okay, then samadhi to the meditation. Not everybody is doing meditation. Okay, the way I see I think we also enjoy our life at the same time, right? Sally, times up, you bake your cake, or maybe you go to the mall. Sometimes also can enjoy the food. I think it is considered middle path also. You wouldn't go very extreme. But you must eat until enough. Then you do the meditation, but not overeating and make sure you got enough nutritious. So all this so we don't try to make ourselves over suffer, but of course we don't over enjoy ourselves. If from down to dusk you just think about eating only, then you can't meditate. So this is we call as a middle path. Then secondly, I see class here one more. This is the example mentioned here. I see. Then a second one is regards that the bond of doubt, having doubt with the respect to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Why do we say so? You see, class, if we ask ourselves whether we have a faith to the Dharma or not, or to the Triple Gem or not, maybe we just answer directly, yes, we have the faith. But basically, this faith is not solid because without the knowledge of seeing the rise and fall of the Namarupa. Actually, basically, once we talk about the wisdom, the panya, if we have experience and see, the kalapa, Namarupa, their rise and fall, then you will have a very strong confidence. Of course, with the Nibbana, it's the best. Without experience all this, well, we have chance to retrogress, The reason is if let's say we encounter some problem, but the Dharma, it is irresolvable by the Dharma. So what can you do? If let's say one day the Christian can help you to solve the problem, or maybe or other religions can help you, you may shift to them. Okay, maybe not instantaneously, gradually. They'll try to shift you gradually. If without the experience of knowing the namarupa, the anicca dukkha anatta, there's a possibility for us to shift there, you see. So you see, class here mentioned here, you see, understanding the true Dharma. Class, you can write down here the true Dharma, you can write Nibbana. That is a Nibbana, or at least you must be able to see the rise and fall of the Namarupa. That we call it as a true Dharma. Not class, the true Dharma must be the direct knowledge. Abhisammanya, direct knowledge, meaning to say experience by yourself. It is not knowledge. Even though we study the whole book as the way to the Buddhahood, but it's still not considered a right view. This is the right view is in the very beginning stage only. Okay, class. Let's see. Now you say if let's say you attain. Okay, you are able to end the circle of birth and death. The analogy is the big pond is drying up with only 1 or 2 drops of the water left. You see, basically, the legends. According to the legends, if you are become the Strotapana, once you go to do the gardening, maybe all the insects they will automatically run away. Why? Because according to the legends, okay, as a Strotapana, you will never commit killing. In order to fit the phrase, to fit the code that you never commit the killing, meaning to say once you do the gardening, all the insects they will all run away. I think it looks beautiful, right? All the insects just run away because you never commit killing as a Strotapana. Mr. Leong, you raise a hand, please.
Sifu, in regarding Nibbana,
yes,
to direct knowledge, isn't there also this direct experience and realization?
Same words only. Mr. Leong, what you mentioned, all is the same only. It's a direct knowledge realization. Here we want to differentiate is this is the result from okay, let's see. It's from the result of contemplation. Contemplation, and remember, Mr. Leong, contemplation must be with the help of the jhana. That we call it as a contemplation, and the result will be the nibbana, or we call it as a direct knowledge. And also maybe the contemplation itself is considered a direct knowledge. Okay, why we want to say so? Because we want to differentiate between studying, the knowledge from studying. Now our knowledge is from studying only, without jhana one. Okay, so we want to talk about this. We want to differentiate it. Why? Because in our sutra it does mention actually some people they misunderstood that by just studying the sutra itself is a realization. Some people they make a mistake before, they misunderstood. They thought, the studying itself is a realization. So some sutra keep on mentioning that you must be realized through contemplation with the help of the jhana. Okay, so that's why everybody works so hard. Mr. Leong, possible you also ask Sally go together. Sally jhana also not bad. Maybe just all go together. You all go together. Sally, because Sally aiming for Strotapana also, right? It's good. So just go together. Possible, just invite, we go together. Because Sally can sit very long. Mr. Leong also can sit very long now already. Just go in. Make sure if you go to the Theravada, don't chant the mantra there, because the tradition is so different. They don't like it, because they will think that you make them impure. They want to maintain the purity. This is what they emphasize. The emphasis. Okay, class. We go to the next paragraph. Okay. Yes, Mr. Leong, your turn to read, please. This analogy.
This analogy can be explained in more detail. Before one realizes the nature of things, future births and deaths are endless. After entering the stream and cutting the three bonds, one never falls into the evil destinies again. Since the karma that leads us to the three evil destinies have ceased to be effective, the bitter fruit of the three evil destinies never arises. What is left behind is the karmic reward of being born as the divine being or a human. This is known as the maximum of 7 existence. One may be born in the heavens or in the human world 7 times at most, after which birth and death will cease forever and one will enter nirvana. Thus, at the stage of the initial birth and death are almost completely cut off. Although there is a body that is born and dies, and although there is still the possibility of 7 births and deaths as a divine being or as a human, the end of birth and death is near. Of the holy stages, the initial fruition is the most precious and most difficult to attain. After one attains the first fruit, it can be said that birth and death will definitely come to an end. It is like splitting bamboo. After cutting through the first knot, cutting through the second and the remaining ones up to the end is effortless. Attaining this fruition should be the only current goal for those who study the Buddha Dhamma.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thumb up, please. Once you finish, I can see you. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, class, let's take a look. You see, just as we mentioned, once you become a sotapan, one never fall into the evil destiny. Okay, what does it mean? Okay, meaning to say that you have no chances to be reborn to the hell, to the hungry ghost and animal anymore. Okay, so that is what this is what we mentioned here, and we only have 7 times of existence only. Either you're born as a human or as a deva, just for 7 times only. After 7 times, quite for sure you will enter to the nibbana. And one perception is very spacious here, class, is regard the bodhisattva. Class, if you aim for the bodhisattva, never aim for strotapan. The reason is once you enter to the strotapan, you have no chance to become bodhisattva anymore. Because as a bodhisattva, you must keep some defilement so that you can reincarnate all the times, you see. Why? Because like we see from Shakyamuni will spend 3 Mahakapa eons times to reincarnate and help the living beings to complete the pyramid. So what make him can reincarnate is the defilement. Okay, so you have to keep some defilement. So remember, if you wish to become the Strotapana, so you want to become Buddhahood, so you have to make sure that you don't go to the Strotapana. Now this is according to our Prajna tradition. Once you aim to become the Buddha, then to become Arahant, you cannot become Buddha anymore. But anyway, if from the tradition of the Dhamma Flower Sutra, this will be different. Class, have you ever heard about Dhamma Flower Sutra? Right? You heard about that? This tradition a little bit different. They say Arahant can transfer the merit and enter to the Buddhahood. This is a different. So we have 2 traditions. Okay, if you go to the Theravada, basically the way they will follow in Theravada also Bodhisattva, because if you go to the Theravada in Burmese, they have a textbook. We call it as the way to the Buddhahood from Theravada perspective viewpoint. Okay, so they will also keep on mentioning that you must, if you reach, you want to become aiming to the Buddhahood, so you have to make sure that once you practice to the Sankara Upekkha Jnana, you have to stop there. Don't go further to the Arahant. Okay, so class, get it? So this is the key point here. According to some, we heard about that. We heard some story that some yogi they practice in the Sri Lanka. They try to attain to the Buddha, the Arahant, but no matter how, they cannot achieve to the Strotapana. So the Acharya use a psychic to check his past life and notice that the yogi make vow to become Buddhahood in past many lives before. So the Acharya advised the yogi that you please just make a vow that you want to give up the vow as a Buddha. So the yogi tried. So once the yogi gave up the vow for being Buddhahood, immediately he reached to the Strotapana. So this is it's not a story. This statement is quite common in the meditation circle. Most people keep on mentioning that you have to be careful. If let's say you want to, if you got this problem, you must be able to meet a good teacher who have the psychic to check for you for the past many life. Yes, Mr. Leong. Yeah.
People in this type of scenario, then it's best not to make any vow.
No. You forgot already because the vow is you make in the past many life already. We forget already what? This is the past life vow we forget. We don't know what vow we make. So if let's say meeting a good teacher is very important because the teacher will help you in many perspectives. If the teacher is very good in psychic, not much problem. He's able to trace all the karma you make before and then can help you up to solve it. Okay,
But then Sifu, also we do not know whether the psychic teacher is a fake or real.
No. So in the very beginning, you have to make sure you go to the right monastery and met the right teacher. Like you say, you go to Pa'ao, it's very famous. So of course it's and all the trainee under the tradition, of course, trustable. You see, not you didn't simply grab somebody in internet. Now you just ask around, then we know, this is trustable one.
Okay. So can I ask you? Can I ask you?
For what?
Psychic power.
Psychic power. You mean you want me to teach Visuddhimagga, the psychic from Visuddhimagga?
What I mean is, has Sifu achieved the psychic power or the?
Oh no, I don't have. No, I don't have. No, total zero.
I thought Sifu can share with us.
Okay. Mr. Leong, in Theravada, you don't ask this. This is a taboo. In Theravada, it's a taboo. Okay. Why the reason why you have to be very careful if you go to the Theravada circle? The reason is if let's say they are mistakenly or maybe they are intentionally claim or imply they have the psychic and actually they don't have, this is considered Musavada. We call it as the big lie. Basically, the monk or nuns, we have a big lie. The purpose is to attract more devotee and get more offering. So that's why Shakyamuni banned it. And we will be kicked out from the Sangha community once if we commit this. So that's why, especially in Pao Forest Monastery, because I've been staying there before, they're very strict for that. So they don't joke over this. But here I'm okay. I can joke with you with this. But this is because very serious regarding you'll be kicked out from the Sangha community. So don't joke at that. I mean, a very orthodox and also traditional monastery, including Mahasi Siadro. All these places very strict. So just be careful a little bit. Yeah, Mr. Leong, yes. Okay.
Sibu, can this false claim be a heinous crime to the Sangha?
Again.
Can this false claim as a psychic power a heinous crime to the Sangha?
Oh, okay. Heinous, you mean most serious. Heinous,
yes.
most serious.
Yes.
Okay, false claim. False claim meaning to say, if let's say, okay, let's say, if I don't have, I say I have, that is a musawada. Okay, if let's say my psyche is this level, I thought I have this level, or that is not the musawada, it's not the highness. This is we call it is another offense, but not that serious compared the one. Okay, so sometimes it happened, we thought are we in the fourth jhana, but actually we are in the first jhana only. Yes, this is not a musawada. This is we call it as a false claim, Mr. Leong. That is not that serious because we don't know what. Okay.
What if, let's say, for example, he doesn't have the psychic power but claim that he has psychic power? Is that heinous?
Yeah, this is the musawada. Is the heinous one. He will be kicked out from the Sangha community if proved guilty. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't you cannot say you have. Okay. So that's why they don't joke over all this because a very very serious offense for the monk. Okay. Okay. Next, let's take a look. Okay, here you see birth and death will cease forever, and one will enter Nibbana. Then one more we see the initial fruition is the most precious and the most difficult to attain. Yes, why we say it is so difficult? Because class we use for being a normal human being. Okay, let me show you one thing. A little bit Abhidhamma. We have to use Abhidhamma to show this. Okay, class. We used to be a mandate. We used to be mandate. We are not used to become a noble sage. So once we first, in order to be able to, to attain that, you will feel it's very hard for us because we are changing our the gotra. By changing the gotra is so difficult. So class, let's take a look. You see, okay, here is the Lokutara Apanya Jawana Vitti, meaning to say that this is the supramandate. Okay, supramandate chitta, supramandate chitta. Then let's take a look. You see, this is a G is the gotra. Gotra, and here is the MG is the maga. Maga means what? Maga means is the srotapan the maga. Okay, this is a sage. Here is the Godra. Godra is the how to say it's the stop to change from a normal human to become a sage. You see, so we notice that it's very difficult for us to reach it because we use for being a normal human being. Okay, because once you become a sage, according to sutra, I think in the perception, maybe in the brain, the way they see the thing is very different already. They will see no more concept. Whatever they see, all is a rise and fall. I will never see Mr. Leong. I will never see SJ. What I see, just the Namarupa rise and fall only. But for us, now we see, I still see SJ, I call you as SJ. I see Gamling, I call you as Gamling. Okay, then I see a bag, I call it as a bag. I see as a car, I call it as a car. And if the car is beautiful, I will attach to it. So this is, as a human, normal people, we act like that. But for the sage, it doesn't happen this way. Whatever they see, all is a rise and fall. Whatever you see, all is just an atom and molecule. No such thing as beautiful anymore. Am I right? No such thing as beautiful. Everything you see is the atom and molecule, you see. So that's why we say it's so hard for us to shift from for the normal human being to become a sage. Okay, next we go to the second one. Is the second and the third version. Yeah, Kamling, your turn to read. Sakadagami and Anagami, please.
Second is called Sadagami. Confusion is reduced to future practice. In order to explain the transition from the first fruit to the second, third, and fourth fruits, the cutting through the confusion needs to be explained. This has some special meanings that differentiate it from the cutting through of confusion to attain the initial fruit. If a big tree has been uprooted, it will definitely die. However, between 3 days, 5 days, a fortnight, or a month, it may continue to sprout leaves and bloom. Only after quite some time will it completely wither and die. This should be understood as follows. The big tree continues to live because the roots absorb water and nutrients. Although the tree itself has the ability to live, like karma, it must have the nourishment of water and fertilizer. Although the bark and trees can sustain the tree's life for a short while, once the roots has been exposed, the tree will eventually die. If it is exposed to the fair sun, it will wither even more quickly. Sentient means liberation from birth and death is the same. The real source of birth and death is the perception of a permanent self. The Sotapana has cut through false self-perceptions and so is liberated from birth and death. Just like a big tree that has been uprooted will undoubtedly die. The remaining uncut afflictions, that is those that are cut off by practicing the way, nourish the existing karmic force that causes one to be born in the heavens or the human realm. The residual afflictions, whether one does a little evil or practices the precepts of meditation, will not become general resultant karma or guiding karma. Instead, they will become what is called specific resultant karma and completion karma. Were this not the case, birth and death will continue in the heavens and the human world. But it does not happen, for the residual afflictions nourish only the old karma that enables one to be born in the heavens and in the human world. In this way, because the wheel of the false self is cut through, the confusions of practice also cannot continue to nourish rebirth forever. This is like the bark and leaves that, although they can absorb nutrients, cannot maintain the long-term survival of the tree.
Okay, thank you so much, Kamling. Okay, actually, before proceed, I should ask one question. Okay, class, is Strotapana attractive to you? Strotapana meaning to say that once you reach Strotapana, after 7 lifetimes, you will be entered to the Nibbana. So are you willing to depart from the people you love? Anybody, okay, so what is attractive is once you reach become a Strotapana, you will feel detached to all the relationship. Okay, number one. Okay, maybe it's because some people very enjoy the bond within the relationship, but here no more. Okay, number one. Okay, you will go to the Nibbana, which is more eternal, the bliss. Okay, here if your joy depends on the people, hey, sometimes humans is changing one, you know. Once they are happy, you are happy. Once they are sad, you are also sad, you see. Okay, but anyway, are you willing to give it up or not? Okay, this is number one. Okay, so the thing attractive is this. The second, I think you can hardly to attach to any things already. Maybe now a cup of tea can make you enjoy. Maybe good food. Okay, like baking a cake, eat the cake will feel wonderful and enjoy. But everything will no more enjoying for you already. You start to detach to it. Okay, so is Strotapana attractive to you? Please raise your hand. The merit mentioned. Okay, 1, 2, 3 people only. So the rest of the 3 not attractive yet. Okay, if it is not attractive to you, meaning to say that I mean, you won't work that hard to this direction, lah. So if let's say three of you is attractive to you, yes, you should go for a retreat and work harder, lah. Okay, for SJ, I didn't know, lah. After married, maybe you still got the kid. How can you detach? There must be attachment so that you will love the child and bring it up, right? I mean, never mind. For you, maybe just a knowledge for the time being, maybe after you retire, then you can just recall all this. Maybe that is the right time for you. Or SJ, it's good for you to admit that, oh, now it's not my time yet. Because Mr. and Mrs. Long, they are old already, and Sally also, it's time for them to think about next life already, or whether they want to continue next life or not. Very good, lah. If three of you is attractive to you, please aim for that, work hard for that, lah. Okay, next, let's take a look, now we go to the Sakadami, and Anagami, Okay, class, let's take a look. Class, let's take a look. This is the uprooted tree. Okay, even though the tree have been uprooted, but it takes time for the leaf and all the branches how to say, to die out. You see, it still takes some time because there's still some nutrient will be provided by the tree. You see, so meaning to say that class, if let's say you achieve to the strotapana, and you already eradicate the cell view, meaning to say just like uproot the tree. Okay, well, you still need you still need seven lifetimes so that all the leaf and the branches to die out. You still need 7 lifetimes some more. So for the Strotapana, Sakadami, Anagami, they are the one who experience all this scenario so this is what we mentioned here. You see okay, let's see I see cutting off the confusion needs to be explained. You see so this confusion means the ignorance class. The confusion means the ignorance. Okay, then let's see let's see confusion. Wait confusion. The cutting needs to be explained. Yeah. I think correct confusion is the ignorance here Now you see a big tree has been uprooted, it will definitely die So we mentioned already Okay, the remaining uncut affliction, that is, those are the cut off by practicing the way. Meaning to say that for the rest of this the remaining of the leaf and also the and the trunk it will take time for them to dry out, and we were using the way Eight Noble Path to make them totally die out. Okay, you see the residue affliction will not become a guiding karma. Yes, what does it mean of a guiding karma? Okay, class. Okay, for example, now, once we pass away, okay, there will one we call it as a guiding karma to guide us to one of the 6 realm. 趋向 one of the 6 realm. This we call it as a guiding karma. But for them, Sakadami, Anagami, they have no more guiding karma already. Because the karma is getting, it's about to finish. So what remaining is either, okay, if let's say they become a Sadagami, the third one, the Anagami, the only place they can go is the heaven only. That's all. No much place can go already. So the remaining of the karma cannot guide them to the other places anymore. Okay, they narrowed down the place to go already. Okay, next let's take a look. Okay, next paragraph. SJ, can you please read it? If those
who have realized the initial fruit continue to practice, they may even realize nirvana in this life. This is like the big uprooted tree withering quickly under the hot sun. Even if they stop practicing, perhaps they are lay devotees with the burden of family, work, and livelihood. Nevertheless, the afflictions will still shrink and be completely eliminated. At most, they will only last for 7 rounds of birth and death. Although those who have realized the initial fruit may remain confused from having been reborn, they are definitely unlike ordinary people. For them, birth and death will come to an end no matter what. The second fruit is called Satagami, which means coming back once, when, through the realization of the first fruition, through further practice, or after 6 rounds of birth and death in the world and the heaven, the afflictions are further reduced in strength. The nurturing power of the remaining confusions of practice use only one life in the heavens or one return to the human world. Because these confusions of practice have the power for only one more birth and death, this stage is called the fruition of Sadagami.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, class, let's take a look. You see, he said, if let's say you already attain to the strotapana, okay, if you continue practice, you may even realize nibbana in this life. What does that mean, Class, okay, from first fruition to second, third, and the fourth. Okay, this is a systematically way, but it's not compulsory like that. It can happen that if you attain to the strotapana, immediately for this life you work hard, you can reach to the fourth fruition. It's possible. Or arahant, you can immediately gone there. So class, if let's say you go to meditate, if the teacher claim that maybe you already attained to the strotapana, if you got time, possible, just proceed for it. But if let's say you cannot proceed, never mind. Let's take a look. You see here, if you stop practice, maybe a lay devotee, you have a family, work or livelihood, it doesn't matter. It will still shrink and completely eliminated. Yeah, it happened in this way. Sometimes laymen you can only meditate during the school holiday, right? You drive the school bus or say. So you, the most you can do is within 1 month or that particular period. If let's say you are the monk, maybe you will just pay all the effort, all the time, just go to the end. That's the best. Okay, but even though you cannot go through that, as long as you are able to achieve to strotapana, and then it takes time gradually, you will pass through all these things, and then finally you will reach to the arahant stage. Okay, class, let's see. We call second fruit is a sagadagami. Why? It means coming back once. Okay, once you reach to the strotapana and you work harder, you get only one chance to come back as a human only. One chance only. One chance only. So that's why you have to be detached to the family. You have to be detached to this world in order to become a strotapana and sadagami. Okay. If the world is still lovely to you, so yeah, I think I enjoy better first. But make sure you don't create a great karma. So in order to avoid to go to all the woeful state. Okay, so you have to work hard. You still have to be careful. Don't go to the woeful state. Okay. And next, let's take a look. I see affliction are further reduced in the strength. It's getting less and less. So we go to the verse number 108. It's the third one, Anagami. Let me check first. I think I make a mistake in our syllabus. We still got 1 page 4. Okay, then 2 page, then 3 page, 4 page, 5 page, 6 page. Oh, still got Pachikara. Okay. Okay, yeah. I think not. Even though I count wrong, but still got so many. Okay, never mind. Let's continue with the next paragraph. Okay. Yeah, coming, you may leave. Okay, you're busy now. So now we go to the verse number what? Let's see. Fourth arahant stage. Okay, 108. Yes. Okay. Kamling is no more. Okay. Yes. Yukwa, your turn to read. The third is called Anagami.
The third is called Anagami. The realms of desires has been left behind. There is no returning. One step further is the third fruit, Anagami, which is in Sanskrit means not coming back or never returning. After an Anagami dies, he or she leaves the realm of desire and is born in the realms of form or the formless realm, from which he or she will definitely enter nirvana, and there is no returning to be reborn in the realm of desire. This stage may come from further practice after the second fusion, resulting in the realization of the never returning fruition in this life, or from returning to the human world with only one more birth in the heavens after that. With regards to cutting off confusions in the realms of desire is now completely eliminated, so it can no longer give rise to birth and death in this realm. In the sutras, the Buddha always says, when the 5 lower bonds are eliminated, one is called an Anagami. The 5 lower bonds are self-perception, clinging to inappropriate precepts, doubts, greedy desire, and anger. These 5 groups can bring about birth and death in the realms of desire. So they are called lower relative to the 2 realms above. But perceptions of a permanent self, clinging to inappropriate precepts, and doubts have already been completely eliminated at the time of seeing the way and attaining the initial fruition. Now, advancing further, greedy desire and anger are completely overcome. That is, the confusions of practice in the realms of desire are completely eliminated. Anger is the affliction that belongs specifically to the realms of desire. Greedy desire is common to the 3 realms, but here it refers to desire in the realms of desires. When one completely eliminates greedy desire and attains the 3rd fruition, although one may live physically in the human world, one does not become attached to the 5 desires and sexual desire. If one attains the 3rd fruition, then one extinguishes sexual desire, even though one may be a lay disciple.
Thank you. Yukwa, we pronounce this as anger, not anger.
Anger.
Anger. And one more word, Yukwa, this is a Sanskrit. Okay, got S here, a Sanskrit. Okay. Yeah, class, let's take a look. Now, the third one we talk about is regarding Anagami, not coming back. Or why we call Anagami as not coming back? Because no more coming back to the sensual world. No more coming back here already. He will either born in the five material sphere or immaterial sphere. So this is the two places he will reborn. And one thing is very wonderful is because once you reborn in the five material sphere, especially in the fourth jhana realm there, basically there's no more anger, because when you reach there, of course you no more anger. Then the secondly is no more greedy. The greedy actually is more on this human in this sensual world. Because plus you see, I think you have been seeing this picture before. This is the picture where we see the Buddha Parinibbana. Class, take a close look. Do you see anybody crying there or feeling sad? See clearly? Do you see this guy? Looks sad, right? Right? Look sad, they all look gloomy, right? Of course, you don't see because they're too small. Okay, so this is a good question. Okay, some people may claim, how come they are some still crying? Weren't they arahant? Okay, actually, it depends on the circumstances. We believe not all the disciples are arahant. I don't think so. If arahant, basically you'll be detached, even though Buddha entered the Parinibbana. Okay, so but we still able to see the first fruit, second, third, fourth in the community. In the crowd there. Why? The reason is certain people are there immediately. Once they attain to the Strotapana, once they work harder, immediately they can attain to the third fruit as even though as a human. According to this definition, this Satagami, Anagami, the Satagami should be no more return, meaning to say that it's supposed to be in the, in the five material sphere. But actually, it can happen in this way that as a human, you work hard, immediately you reach that stage. Once you're able to reach the third stage of Anagami as a human body, so at this particular moment, you'll be no more attached to any desire in the sensual world. So that is the special case. So you get it, okay? So basically, the situation is very flexible, okay? Even though as a human, I can achieve as a Strotapana. I can, by work hard from Strotapana, I can become to the Satagami, even though with this body. If I work harder some more, so I can become an Anagami, even though with this body. Then I work harder, I become Arahant, even though with this body. See or not? Okay, so this is circumstances number one. But number two is once I achieve as a Strotapana, okay, I'm very busy. As a layman, a lot of things stuff to do. We still have to still have to drive the school bus, you see. So you don't work that hard. Okay, so maybe next life you reborn as a human, then you continue with the second, the Satagami and Anagami. Possible in this way. If you go to the Satagami, then once you finish the Satagami, next life, no more coming back as a human to drive the school bus anymore. Mr. Long, you have to drive the school bus in the five material sphere. Because you get to come back here, you know.
The next step, I'll be flying the aeroplane.
No aeroplane. Maybe with a rocket. Immediately, you have to be there already. No chance to be here already. So
Right.
that's the situation. But once you are as a Satagami, Anagami, in the jhana sphere, then immediately from there you can reach to become to the nirvana. But some Anagami, they don't reborn in there. Some they can even go to the immaterial state. It can happen in this way. So many combination. Okay, class. You get
Yes.
it. But basically, for the we call it as a why we call it as a Strotapana and the Satagami. The reason is they already cut off all the lower bond. So this is the lower bond because the lower bond, if compared to the five material and immaterial sphere, they are more low. So this is the five. Let's take a look. Now you see class here. Now you see self-perception. Basically, once you've cut off the self-perception, you no more reborn as a human anymore. And the doubt, this is doubt to the triple gem. A greedy desire, the greedy is more on the sensual world. Okay, more on the sensual world. Then the anger, anger also more on the sensual world. We will only angry as a human. Human or below. But if you reach out to the stage, to the jhana, there's no more anger anymore. It has been suppressed, even though haven't been totally cut off. It has been suppressed already. So that is the meaning here. Then I see now advancing further, greedy, desire, anger are completely overcome when you become the Anagami already. So you see here, anger specific for the realm of desire. Okay, although one may live physically in the human world, doesn't become attached to the five desire, essential desire. Class, this is we talk about the third fruition is we call it as Anagami. You see how Anagami. So class meaning to say that the picture here. Okay, the people cry. Is it possible? Are they Anagami? Were they Anagami? Possible? Anagami crying in this stage? Class, possible? Yes or no? Yes, Sally, you are right. Impossible. So those who cry must be not Anagami, not Arahant. Maybe I think first fruit, maybe possible. I think the first one possible yeah. Yeah, Mr. Leong, yeah, you raise your hand, please.
No, yeah, I think the Sotapana, they can still have the desire to cry, and also can Sifu explain the five Sudawasa?
Sudawasa. Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay, Sudawasa. Sudawasa meaning to say this is where the Anagami born, right? Sudawasa, right? That's what you mean, right?
Yes.
There's five places where the Anagami will reborn. Okay, let me show you first. But basically the details are actually, even though in Abhidhamma, we don't go thoroughly. We just know the name only. The five Sudawasa where the third the Anagami will be reborn. Let's see. Anagami. Anagami. From the name, we roughly know their state only okay, five Sudawasa, five type of Anagami in literature. You can just copy down these five places. Anagami. Okay, Anagami. It's not reborn human world. In the heaven of the pure or bots. Okay, yes. Okay, let's see. Okay, pure or bot, it doesn't show the other. This is the Buddhism's cosmology. Oh, this is a little bit complicated. Let's see. Let's see. Let me see whether I can get the picture or not. This is good. Yeah, not available. Let me check again for you. Non-returner for abort. Okay, class, this is the place. Okay, yeah, I can roughly explain to you. the name Sudawasa, Mr. Leong mentioned is specifically for the Anagami. Okay, so Sudawasa is the Pali term. In Mandarin, we call it as the Jingju Tian. Okay, or in English, we call it as the pure abode. You can write it down. Okay, write it down. And then let's take a look. Okay, then this is the place. This is the 5 places. Okay, we roughly know the name. Okay, number 1, class, let's take a look. Akanista. Can you just write down the name first? Maybe in English class, equal in rank. Okay, word of the day, what equal in rank. Meaning to say that having no one as the youngest, everybody equal rank. So this is number 1. The place, one of the Sudawamsa, equal in rank is the number 1. Okay, so in this place, who are we going to see? You see, you see the current sakra will eventually be born there. Who are the sakra? You see, this is the sakra. Sakra is in Trauya Timsa. In Chinese, we call it as Trauya Timsa is Tao Li Tian. Tao Li Tian usually we call basically will be they are here sakra in Chinese sort of will be here in Taoya Timsa. Then secondly is the Sudasana. Here the meaning to say is a clear seeing. Class you can write down. Second place, the second Sudawamsa is clear seeing. So you see from the word we know already, clear seeing, meaning to say that see things clear. They will live here similar to and friendly with the Akanista. They are the friend with the Akanista. Okay. And you see, not much information providing here, not much, but we just know they are very high only. You see, that's all. Okay. And the third one is a Sudasa. Sudasa means what is the beautiful. So class, you can write down the third one is the Sudasa. We call it as the beautiful. And then also not much information, just even higher, that's all. And the fourth one is because it's Atapa, you see, this we can know it from the word untroubled. Okay, so this is good lah, untroubled, you see, untroubled, Atapa, untroubled. Then you say, those whose company those of a lower rank wish for. See, not much thing also, you see, plus it doesn't provide much information. Then one more is Avra. I don't know how to pronounce Avira. I don't know. Not falling. English is better. Not falling. Not falling means what? This is most common destination for reborn Anagami. Most common destination. This is more obvious. You see, many achieve arahantship directly in these words. It's from this. Okay. So meaning to say, it's the best. You should go to this. Not falling is the best place because most of the arahant attain from here. You see, then this is the best. Okay, then we see many achieve arahant, but some pass away and are reborn in a sequentially higher world of the pure abode until they are at least reborn in the Akanista world. Akanista is the lowest, I think. So these are called in the Pali Udamo Satos, those whose stream goes upwards. Okay, and then they are very long time. So that's all. Okay. So, I mean, the most precious information from Mr. Long questions, the best place to go is the not falling. Pali, we call it as Avira or what, because most of the Arahant attain from here. So you can write down Wu Fan Tian is the best. 就是五境居天无梵天是最好的。This is the best one. Okay, can you catch up, class? Can you catch up? Okay, you can catch up. Just write the keyword will be good already. Okay. You see, Mr. Leong not much mentioned, but I think Mr. Leong in Mahayana Abhidhamma maybe will mention more than in Theravada. Because Mahayana Abhidhamma is more latest, more development. Some they come from maybe Sutra only, maybe some come from the meditation experience. They're going to observe it. But this is so so ridiculous. How nothing to do, you go to observe them and write down the sutra. It's very ridiculous. Okay, yeah, Mr. Leong, yes.
Yes, thank you very much, Sifu. At least we know the 5 different levels of what you call for the Anagami to achieve.
Actually, not much different. Almost the same. But the last one is the best. That's all we know. Aviha is the best. So next time I will aim to Aviha also. I didn't realize that. Mr. Leong, this is a very good question because not many people raise up, and even Abhidhamma, just one sentence for each one only. Not much we know. Not much we know, actually. Okay.
Thank you, Sifu, for the clarification.
Yeah, you're welcome. So this all we call it, what the name Sudawasa pure abode we call it as a Sudawasa. Okay, so I think let's see class although one may live physically, just now we mentioned already okay, I think in next class we continue with the fourth fruit Arahantship. So we're going to start our class here. Okay, class, I hope you can do something. Okay, let me do a little bit advertisement. Okay. Yeah, let's take a look. This is Abhidhamma. You see, the picture I use is the brain. Actually, the psychology is quite related to the brain. Even meditation quite relate to the brain. Mr. Leong, it is correct. Mr. Leong, Mrs. Leong, you see the light. You use the brain to see the light, not the heart. Am I right?
Correct.
Correct. So that's why it's closely related to the brain. Okay, also so that's why I use it. So here, except you all will stay back at least chapter 1 or 2. Hey, bring more people. Is this okay? Now I work harder in the English Abhidhamma. I'm good in Chinese because I speak many times in Chinese already. But English, now I work hard for it. Hey, SJ, possible bring some people? Possible, bring some people. Even maybe the chapter 1 and chapter 2 is very worth all the psychology more focused in chapter 1 or 2. If let's say SJ, you feel not very interesting, at least try. I mean, you can leave the class after chapter 1 or 2 at least, because both involve more psychology. Yeah, Sally, can you bring more people in? Who prefer Abhidhamma? Maybe preferably we use the word more Buddhism psychology. Okay, can you get somebody in?
I can only try.
You can only try only. Okay, no promise.
Cannot promise.
Yeah. Okay. Then one more class. Let's take a look. This is the one. Not this. Not this. This is the one. Fatwa King Dharma Flower Sutra. Okay, so class, this is the author, this is a translator Kumara Jiwa, who is the Xinjiang. So this is the place we call it as the Kashmir. Kashmir is the place where they discovered the Dharma Flower Sutra. It's in Mandarin. Okay. Yes, are you able to get me the customer? Customer. Can you get me the customer? Hey, try to get more people. Okay. Also once, twice, 1 month only. And begin in the October. I already put the advertisement in the group already. So Mrs. Leong, you know Mandarin. 嗌多啲人嚟聽下經啦。OK 我都係講㗎咯。But that one, Dharma Flower Sutra better respond than Abhidhamma. I think about 30 already. About 30. Some is come for trial lesson. Some maybe listen to the recording, something like that. Yeah, Mr. Leong, yes.
Sifu, is there a possibility that they can translate this Dharma or Sutra in English?
Impossible so far. Because okay, maybe briefly later on I think I will bring into the class briefly. When I start teaching the Mandarin, I can remember the facts. I will bring into the Abhidhamma class. So Mr. Leong, no worry. I will bring in.
Thank you.
Okay. You want to talk about the history of Buddhism, I will bring in especially the gist so we can benefit you. Okay.
Thank you.
So let's transfer the merit.